Alright, we're going to start talking about some Greek contributions. Again, I'm going to go quickly through this. This is not supposed to replace your notes in class. This is just to help you if you're absent to fill in your notes, or it's supposed to help you get ready for the test. So, Greek contributions. First of all, this is a time period that we call the Golden Age. The Golden Age. The Golden Age. We call it the Golden Age because there were so many contributions that came out during this time. Contributions like athletics and arts and religion and ways of thinking. Ways of thinking. There are a few guys we're going to talk about that gave us an entire new school of thought. This is all part of something we call the Golden Age. Moving on. Religious contributions. First of all, each city-state worshipped its own god. You've heard this before. They had a local god. They built a temple on top of the Acropolis for that local god. The officials in each city-state were in charge of prayers and sacrifices to those local gods. Cool, moving on. Greek priests and priestesses, those are lady priests, served as oracles, or someone who could speak with the gods. If you remember, we've seen the word oracle bone before, and those were the items that were used in order to talk to the spirits or the ancestors that came out of the Shang dynasty. We now have these people that are called oracles, or people that could speak to the gods. Oracles' advice was given as prophecy. Prophecy is a statement that is about what might happen in the future. It usually meant more than one thing. They were very general statements, so very often the prophecy was perceived as coming true because of the very generalness of the statement. I think generalness is a word. Moving on, gods and goddesses. As you know, the Greeks worship 12 major gods and goddesses. GG is going to be gods and goddesses. They worship them at Mount Olympus. The cool thing is that people feared the gods. Up till now, in other civilizations that we've studied, civilizations thought that they were on Earth to obey and serve the gods. They thought that they were on Earth just for obeying and serving the gods. But then the Greeks came along, and they were thought differently. They valued individuals. And therefore they had self-respect. So for the first time in all of ancient civilizations, people aren't just there on Earth to obey the gods and to serve the gods. For the first time, we're valuing the individuals and having self-respect. Moving on. The Greeks built temples for their local gods and goddesses, and this was the home for the god or goddess, so the humans could not go in. They worshipped outside in most of these temples. The Greeks honored their gods and goddesses with festivals. This brought about two major contributions. These are, number one, the Olympic Games, and number two, the theater. We will be discussing a little bit more about those in detail.